medical claims are not required when it comes to a natural product. And the reason for that is we're not in the medical world, number one. We have not done double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized studies and spent $200 million on each, thing that we are talking about. These are primarily anecdotal. There is a large amount of research done generally on these different types of oils. So that's known. Our thing was to just make sure that there's the purity factor and that there's no damage in the process. So that's where we came up with the name Perfect Press, because we realized that the oil coming out of the seed is the same as it was inside the seed. Whereas if you're processing it with a traditional cold expeller press, there's about 10 seconds of grinding and shearing and friction that ruptures the molecule and does damage. And that's why the lipid peroxide numbers go off. The damage to the molecules for bioavailability is dropped off, and the products are not as effective and could potentially be harmful. Now, I'm not saying that anyone else's oils are harmful. I'm not out to point anyone out. I'm just giving the discernment factor of what you, as an investor in yourself, is going to need to know, just to have your discernment intact. And then you can tell when you have a very high-end, affordable oil, therapeutic oil, you can tell the texture, the smell, the color, the taste. And when you have the top level oils in the world, you become a literal connoisseur of that product. That's the beautiful thing about this, because there's no comparison between the finished product that come out of the bottle with activation, Perfect Press, compared to any other oil out there. So that doesn't mean the other oils are not good. They might be, but it goes good, great, greater, greatest. So our goal has always been to produce the greatest level. And you have to go right back to your origin, the soil, all the way through to the seed. And what's really interesting about seeds, and this applies to pretty much all seeds, maybe one seed might produce 2 or 3 seeds in a season. Other seeds will produce millions of seed from one seed. So there's a very specific blueprint in there that it comes from creation, that how could one seed literally in one harvest translate to millions of seeds? And that's what it does. It's like perpetual energy. And then you just take one of those millions of seeds and plant it, and you get millions more. You just got to have the right atmosphere, the best soil, the right nutrients in the soil, the sunlight, the moisture, the climate conditions, whatever that particular plant needs to thrive and to, produce the most highest quality of that particular nutrient that you're looking for. So the Perfect Press means that when the seeds finally get through all that stuff and they get into our factory and they go into the hopper and they start to go through the presses very slowly, just at that last microsecond where the seed is really contacting the point where it's going to get the oil out, is literally in a fraction of a second. And it's not 10 seconds of grinding and shearing. And that's what made it stand out. And our presses, interestingly enough, use 1/15 the amount of electrical energy as a standard press. So it costs us way less to produce from an electrical bill standpoint. But what that tells you is that the mechanical advantage of not having all that friction and grinding that you're forcing against allows that oil to come out instantaneously. And that's why you see the color and the smell and the taste and the texture at a totally different level than any other oil in its space. So that's the most important part. So it goes beyond cold press. This is actually a shot from inside of our factory. And these are the presses behind.